should send it to me so I can put it in a video.
I think it's still in the beginning.
Is it really?
Okay.
All right, there you go. I didn't mess with it this time.
I appreciate that, man. Cheers to not fucking up the audio-video sync.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, man. Howdy. It's Happy Tuesday.
Top of the morning to you, laddies.
We're taking a Tuesday off once again with Mr. Clyde A. Saurus.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. It's so much fun to be here.
I feel like my audio is not picking up very loud.
I don't think mine is either. Wait, hold on. Let me get really close to the mic and start whispering, and then if it's still there, I'm okay. Yeah, it's okay.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It'll be fine.
I'll fix it in
It'll be
post.
fine. You know, even if it just sounds like garbage when you have to crank up the entire volume and we just sound like that one meme that was like so popular, you know, the one that was like, you're already dead.
Oh, yeah.
But it was in Japanese.
I was thinking just about anything where it's like a deep fried audio.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Oh, yeah. That's so much fun, though.
I mean, yes.
As a memer, it's so much fun to do that. Because when you figure out how to do it, it's like the best thing.
It is.
And we'll put it in all your memes.
It's funny sometimes, but at the same time, it's like...
My first meme ever, I did that.
As an audio engineer, it just ruins me.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm just like, why do you do this to me?
Oh, it's so much fun, though. Anyway, I have a gift.
You have a gift.
For the table, I have a gift.
You brought stickers for the sticker bomb table, didn't you?
I brought one sticker.
My man.
It's a brand.
It says Hemper.
Yeah, so if you like, tobacco smoking supplies, they're a monthly loot box. Pretty dope.
Okay.
I got a few nice, tobacco smoking supplies out of it. And they come with like other things too. It's not even just that.
Okay. Not a sponsor, but thank you, Hemper.
Yeah,
check them out. Fuck it.
Thanks for the free fucking stickers.
And you know what? Put that wherever you think is right.
You know what? I want to put it way the fuck in the middle because it's so fucking green.
It is very green.
So green. You know what? Just
I got you.
Here you go.
Trash can
I was just gonna literally throw it on the table and leave it there for the rest of the episode.
That would kind of make me upset if I'm honest.
Honestly, some OCD people out there would probably be really mad at me. Cheers to weird non-sponsorships.
Yeah. Cheers to the table too.
Indeed, to the table.
By the way, hold that thought. I need to make sure we're Okay. Cheers me again.
Cheers.
Because I figured out what the fuck this is.
Oh. I'm learning.
I looked it up, and yes, we're going to learn together.
We're going to learn some days.
What
is it?
Normally, you would do that at a bar. And when you cheers each other, it's the act of cheers to you. Yeah. And when you touch the bar, it's like a way of saying cheers to the place we're at, cheers to the bartenders and the workers, cheers to the establishment.
Oh.
And then you drink. So it's like cheers to you and cheers to you, Mr. Bartender. And then you drink.
Oh, that's so clever. I like that.
I like it too. Yeah, because I was like, we always did that at a, me and my housemates, we usually do that whenever we like take a shot or cheers anything. Oh. And I'm just like, at first I was like, I don't know why we do this. I think it's like a, kind of like, you don't want bad luck or something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was superstition. I totally thought it would have been a superstitious thing.
Right. But no, it turns out you do that as like a cheers to the place that you're in or the people you're around that can't cheers with you.
Huh.
So
I'm going to start doing that whenever people are around me that can't drink alcohol.
Yeah. That'd be a good way to go about it.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. We learned something
we learned something.
Yeah.
I learned it probably a week ago or so.
Yeah, after we aired the first episode, someone told me, someone commented to me personally. They were like, hey, you know that thing that you were referencing? Yeah, it was Kung Fury. And I was like, oh, you haven't seen the second episode yet. We already addressed that.
Yeah, we figured it out.
It was
pretty much the day of.
Yeah, right after we were done recording.
Right in between the first shoot and the second one.
Yeah.
We went and we fucking figured it all out, and we're good. So
yeah, and listened to David Hasselhoff, so.
Okay.
What are you doing?
See the red light on my camera?
Yeah.
Whenever it peaks audio on the microphone that's on top of it, it blinks. So mic sensitivity is probably real loud on the camera, but...
Yeah, it won't matter.
Fuck it. God damn. I'm sorry. I'll be fixing that in post, yeah.
God, that is huge.
I also got to talk about every time you fucking tapped the bottle to the microphone, I had to bring it down like 13 decibels because you're a goddamn asshole and had to... Oh my god, I could not explain to you how aggravating that was.
Decibels.
If you
Well,
I was gonna say I will fight you right here, right now.
I mean, I don't have to edit these, so I feel kind of like I should make you do more work.
You absolutely should not.
I feel like.
Are you the
that's my
type of person
job.
that'll like make a mess on the ground and be like, now the custodians have something to do?
No, honestly,
Good,
I'm one
because-
of those people that cleans it up immediately after,
Good.
unless they're my friend. I'm like, hey, you missed a spot. if I'm cool with them and they know me, it's a joke to me. But otherwise,
man, I don't
I'm
know,
usually
man.
really clean about.
Yeah, I was gonna
like,
say,
I
to
don't like
strangers, it's
messing-
one thing.
Yeah, to strangers, I'm completely like respectful. But like to me, my friends, our respect is like just doing whatever the fuck you want. And if
Yeah.
you get a little fucked over, but it's just a mild inconvenience, it's funny.
Okay. I mean, props to you.
It's just like the difference would be like physical harm. That's the one thing we
Yeah.
like the hand game everyone played. I played for like I got you, not the whole punch you in the arm after I was done getting you with it.
I have no idea what you're talking
You ever
about.
played that game?
I have no idea.
Where they made the OK hand symbol and put it below their waist. If you saw it, you were got.
I mean, I remember that, but what was?
Yeah, they usually punched you in the arm when they got you.
Oh, your friends sound like pieces of shit.
Yeah, no, they would be like that, but I'd get them every time, and they'd be mad because I wouldn't hit them for it.
Oh.
I felt like a bigger man for it.
You should have done the whole thing and be like, I'm gonna get you back whenever I fucking want to. It could be weeks from now. I will destroy you. But I won't do it now, man. Don't worry about it.
Hey,
Or do.
remember your birthday? Remember birthday punches? I'm gonna get you.
Remember birthday punches?
Yeah, birthday punches are your thing. I
know.
I saw a TikTok where someone was like, "Hey, Grandpa, how old are you?" And he's like, "I don't know." And he was like, "You're like 95. Birthday punches," and like absolutely obliterated his grandpa. Just beating the absolute hell out of him. It was like 98, 99, 100, and one to grow on. And he was just absolutely pure comedy.
like a skeleton by the end.
It was just like, oh, my legs. It was just great. I mean, it
God.
wasn't actually an old man he beat up. It was just
Right,
himself
right.
in like gray hair and makeup. But
Yeah. I remember watching a
Super
video not long ago. It was like an old man, and I think it was his child or grandchild talking to him. And he's like, "Do you know how old you are?" And he's like, "No, not really." He's like, "You're 99. Next year you'll be 100." He's like, "Holy shit, I'm getting old." Or he's like, "I'm gonna be an old man soon," or something like that. And I was like, "What a great mindset to have." Like,
right? You're like, oh fuck!
I'm gonna be old soon. It's like, you are almost 100, my man. Like,
I'm an old motherfucker.
yeah,
You know
like,
what
props
I
to
mean?
him. That's kind of what
Right.
he was just like, "Oh shit!" Like,
I mean, damn.
damn, I'm gonna be old soon. This is my favorite quote from that. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
Oh, dude. Oh, it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
So
I had a question prepared.
I didn't.
That's okay, man. We're taking a Tuesday off. We don't have to give a shit about anything.
I mean, I really don't though.
And it was fun.
You're
Is
right.
that-
I don't have to give a shit about anything. Cheers to that. I'm only gonna do it the one time. God, that's even louder than your burp.
I'm just rubbing my nose against the microphone to make it worse for myself.
It did nothing.
Cheers.
Cheers to it again. I'm gonna hit it. I won't actually hit the mic anymore.
Thank you. I was gonna
This
say
episode.
a very fun thing that's nice about doing the Take a Tuesday Off podcast is the way I have my schedule worked out is when this episode comes up, I literally get to take that Tuesday off. It's like I upload this and then I play video games, and that's my fucking day.
Nice.
So like editing it is a pain in the ass, and that takes up like a whole 9 to 5 day for itself. But it's not usually that bad. But
I'd say like it's not like you're going out the wall making it like movie edits. You know,
no,
it won't.
it's
take
usually
that
just
long.
take the fucking bottle clicks to the microphone out, and occasionally if we drop some personal information, just censor that, and it's usually not too bad. I do a little
just
bit of color correction.
listening to our wonderful voices
Yeah.
for like 3 hours as you try to figure out what you need to get out of there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. No, the actual TLT episodes actually take a long time because I'm an idiot and don't buy background music. I make it myself. Because that's, what I do for a living is make music. But
Hey, you know that there's a lot of free music online you can just rip because they say copyright free you can use.
Hey, so here's the fun part, though, is that I usually make the music go along with what we're talking about. So I very specifically, like sometimes there'll be a drum fill that I put on a little drum pad at specific points during our conversation, just because I'm like, fuck it, this is going to be cool.
Okay, that's actually pretty.
It's a fun
nifty.
time.
I like that.
It also takes me like almost 3 full work days to edit one of those episodes.
I say like the videos I usually make take me about a few hours a day. If I'm really avid about it, I get the video done in that same day.
Yeah.
Because I don't make really long videos. Most of the time I'm memeing. So like my videos are like I think the longest video I did was my BAMV, which is what I call it on there, and that took me 3 days of nonstop editing. But that was like 2.5, 3 minutes full long video.
Right.
So that wasn't too bad. And if I honestly would have worked at it in one day, I could have finished it.
Yeah.
But there was like things I didn't know what to do, how to do at the time, and things I wanted to do, but I couldn't get right. So I was frustrated, and I just needed a break from those days.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the worst part for me is like, it's not tedious work necessarily. Like making the music for TLT is really fun, and there's very few like actual video edits. It's usually just a screen recording. And the hard part is that they're usually like 2.5 hours long or so. So it's like I gotta sift through every time. Like if I listen to the audio, I gotta make sure we didn't spill any personal information or say anything, just downright stupid. A lot of that we keep in, but the very specific things.
Yeah, right. Like
and then I gotta
bad words that aren't supposed to be said.
Yeah, that'd be fucking crazy if we.
Yeah.
Cunt. Anyway.
I don't think that word really counts. I guess only in America.
Yeah.
Trouble with a hard T though. Anyway, continue.
It's just like I sift through the audio to make sure we don't say anything personal or spill any information, and then I listen to it again with the music added to it, and then I put it together on the video, and then I have to listen to it again, and it's like, oh my god, I've heard this 2.5 hour long conversation 3 to 4 times now. I'm ready to scream. And this is just like, hey, put it together. Did we say anything dumb? Nope. All right, cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I also don't make it hard for you. Like, hey, put up something right here. I hope you put something right there just to fuck with it.
Fucking
cheers to putting things up for me. What a wonderful man. You do know if you ever need help with like editing anything, you just like be like, hey, here's a small clip you can edit for me. Do something funny.
I can't give away my editing, man. It's the hardest shit for me to like get rid of.
Really?
In part because I just finally got actually good video editing software.
Oh, see, I have Adobe
Premiere.
Yeah. It's really good.
It is really good.
Especially for beginners because it has everything laid out for you in such an easy setup.
Yeah.
At least now. The people who taught me how to edit videos told me that way back in the day it was a lot harder because you had to go sifting to find everything.
Right.
And now it was pretty much a click away or a shortcut key away if you made shortcut keys.
Yeah.
And I was, honestly, because I'm lazy enough, I'm going to map an entire Xbox 360 controller to my computer just so I can edit software.
I'm for it,
edit
man.
everything with my controller.
Yeah.
I already have the software to, put the mapping on there. I just got to actually do it. And then it'll be like I'm playing a video game, making videos.
Right. Well, I mean, that's like when I got the new desktop, I got a trackpad with it. And, my housemates and a few other people were like, why? Get a mouse, you fucking idiot. I'm like, no, but it's a fucking Mac trackpad, so you can do all the fucking keyboard shortcuts with your fingers. If you want to switch between apps, you fucking flick 3 fingers up, and all your windows are right there. And I'll show you just to prove a point. You won't see this. Fuck you. I can do this.
Whoa.
And just pull up all my shit.
Dude, dope.
It's fucking nice. It's all like, sensitive to what you're doing.
I bet you could use that as a drawing pad too, right? Because technically it's a mouse, so you can just... Yeah.
I think if I got like one of those pens that are heat sensitive, like a fingertip, and like drew on that, I think it'd work pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, you can get those for fucking free at a bank.
I hate how you're right. I don't know why, but there's something about the way you said that where I'm just like, man, that was like expensive shit 3 years ago.
Yeah, no shit. It was super expensive. The bank started giving them out for free because they figured out how to do it.
Yeah.
It's like a special type of rubber.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of nuts to think about that. Man.
I know, right?
Shit moves so fast nowadays, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's what's like crazy about it. That's like, did you know that they have a subclass of generations now because they realized that millennials and Gen Z are not exactly the only, like there's that middle ground between millennials and Gen Z.
Kind of where we're at.
Yeah, the zillennials is what they call them. Okay. Is where people were born like sometime in the 90s to grow up without technology, but also incorporate technology in their life at the same time.
Right.
So it's like we grew up like Gen Z, but we grew up with the morals of like millennials and the new stuff of Gen Z.
Right.
So like we were taught everything, and then we were retaught because technology came out. We were like, whoa, we could do so much more on our own.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of us who are just dumbasses. But that's beside the point, because everyone starts out a dumbass.
Right.
Everyone.
Hey,
I remember when
if you're a child and you're watching right now,
you are a dumbass.
you're fucking stupid.
So stupid.
And that's okay.
That's
'cause
completely
you're a child.
fine. You're going to learn.
You're like 8.
Or 18, because that's still a child.
Yeah, well,
I mean, you hit the adult age and you could technically go to war, but 18 is still so childish.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 18, all thing I wanted to do,
God. We were fucking stupid.
it was so fucking stupid. Oh my God, I did so many dumb things. Oh, I should have gone to jail.
I'm so glad I didn't actually start doing anything for the internet until I was like 20 or 21.
Honestly, only thing I ever uploaded onto YouTube before, well, 2 videos. One of them I deleted, the other one I kept. First one was a really bad, I would say poor recording of one of the songs I wrote called Nightmare. It's on my old YouTube channel, where
We might have talked about this a little bit, but
we talked about my song, but I never. I don't think we talked about it here.
Yeah,
we talked about it
yeah.
we were jamming one day.
Yeah.
With the piano, but I recorded it on my old smartphone, and like when I listen back to it, the audio's not that bad. But I was like, I'm so OCD. I'm listening to it and I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. But back then I was like, this is terrible. But this is the only recording I have, so I'm just putting it on the internet so I can share it with my family and friends to show them I was, writing music. Mm-hmm. And it's like I don't listen to it very often because I'd rather just play it.
Right.
But honestly, but it's that video, and then I made another one. It was like 11 minutes long, and it was pretty much my first vlog ever.
Okay.
Because I was really into Dabuscus, and I loved his storytime vlogs.
Yeah.
So I was like really bored. I was supposed to be selling candles for a fundraiser event in front of my dad's job, and like I was just bored because no one was coming up to the outlet store he worked at, and I was just like, oh, this is so boring. So I just started walking around with my phone, recording myself talking about random stuff while keeping an eye on my stand so nobody stole my candles. Because like it was just so boring. But like that 11-minute video, oof, I deleted that because it was so terrible. And I don't mean like terrible as in like I said some bad things. I mean just like cringeworthy content. Like if I literally had that video still and I watched it, I'd probably like shrivel up into a black hole with how much cringe I'd see on myself.
Right. I do want to mention my own almost released YouTube videos from when I was like 16 or 17, but also I think both of us around the same time wrote a song called Nightmare that was not the same whatsoever, but just like both being, how old were you when you wrote that?
Nightmare? I wrote that in, what was that? It was, okay, so that song actually took me like multiple years because it started out as one piece and a separate piece that I'd been working on. And I realized that they were in the same key, and I could blend them together to make them both longer because both of them alone didn't work by themselves. And I didn't know what was incomplete about them. And then I went from one of them to playing the other one immediately, and I was like, oh, and it clicked for me. So it didn't actually come all the way together until I would say sophomore year of high school or junior year of high school.
Yeah.
No, junior year of high school for sure.
17-ish?
Yeah. 16 for me. I turned 17 my birthday's in May. So like so literally I would turn the age of all my friends at the very end.
Yeah.
The year or so.
Yeah. We were both in the same boat.
Yeah, my graduation was actually my birthday.
Really?
Senior year was graduation was my birthday.
We went to the same school. So.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
So
you were there for my birthday.
Crazy, man. Yo, you had the wildest party, man. They played like American authors and shit.
Yeah, it was so dope. And they even played like that, Pomp Circumstance for hours, bro. Like 3 hours straight. I couldn't even bump to it until I finally got out there.
Also, Yo-Yo gave a speech specifically for your birthday, not our high school graduation.
Oh, you're right.
And I just remember he got up to the microphone. He was like, "Good evening," and everyone was like, "Holy shit!" Because like he's got that kind of like super baritone kind of voice.
Yeah, like that deep voice.
Yeah, it's nice to hear him, man. He's got
nice. I miss him. I haven't talked to him in like since high school.
Hopefully, if we can get we're trying to get him on a Take a Tuesday off.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Yeah, and just like talk for an hour rather than doing like a tier list every time.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So you're more than welcome to join the group Skype call for that.
Oh, dude, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have to get Skype, but like,
you don't have Skype?
dude, do you know how trash Skype is?
Pretty bad, but like, it's easy to. Okay, the one thing they've gotten better.
Do you only audio or do you video call?
We audio.
Audio only?
Yeah.
Why don't you just do Discord?
We've done it once or twice. Originally, we didn't do it because my laptop had struggles running it for some reason.
That's okay. That's understandable. It's Discord.
Yeah, as I say,
It has some issues with certain computers. I don't know what it is.
I think it's mainly a Mac thing. I'm not entirely sure because I don't think they update their Mac OS.
My PC version, the only complaint I have is how long it takes to load, and I think it's just because I have a really, really shitty laptop that doesn't have a lot of RAM at all.
Yeah. But yeah, the other reason we use Skype is because it'll let you record your screen. And I have that as a backup while I record my screen with the Mac OS.
Discord can do that too.
Okay, but again, Discord didn't work on my laptop.
I know.
You're being a bitch.
I'm being a little bit of a bitch right now.
I'm throwing a
Just
tantrum
saying.
now. Now I'm a child who smokes. I'm fucking angry about it. What was I done to say? I was on to something.
You were talking about how you use Skype because it helps you record your screen.
Oh, we were gonna do Take a Tuesday off with Yo-Yo, and I wanted to, because like we're very laid back about this, and I like half jokingly wanted to be like, yeah, man, let's do like a Take a Tuesday off, very casual podcast, and then he starts it up, and it's just very hard interview questions for him. I'd be like, so where do you see yourself in 5 years? Just like hit him with some really like hard to answer shit. He's like, I just wanted to relax and like sip some tea, and you're fucking me up. Like, of course, he wouldn't say that. He'd probably just answer them pretty honestly.
To be honest, probably he'd probably be really chill about it. But it'd be really funny, like all the same.
There's been times where we like, whenever he used to live around here, we'd hang out in person quite a bit, and also pretty funny. Sometimes if we ran out of things to do in person, we'd both go our separate ways and just play Xbox together. So it's like, you want to hang out in person? Yeah, sure. It's like, all right, we ran out of things to do in person. You want to go home and play Xbox where we don't see each other anymore? But I remember he lived probably about... Okay, sorry, that sound was weird.
Honestly, I was about to look out the window because I didn't know what it was.
I don't care. But yeah, shortly after high school, he moved with his mom, who lives about probably roughly an hour and a half from here, and we'd go and hang out, and like on the drive back to either my house or wherever we were going, I just hit him with like a really deep question, and rather than him being like, "Oh, that was weird, why'd you bring that up?" he's just like, man, and he'd just answer it. Yeah, he did one of these, like he was really shit. I can't imagine him doing that. What is that?
Oh man,
who is the guy in that GIF where he's like, "Yeah"?
No, I can't remember. Oh man.
It's not Ice-T, is it?
It might be.
I don't.
Oh wait, are you talking about the dude that's like?
Yeah, and he's doing that shit. Yeah.
I think it's Shaq.
No,
it's Shaq.
Shaq?
I guarantee it's Shaq.
I don't think it's Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal. I guarantee it. I mean, you can look it up right now.
I was gonna say.
I guarantee you, it's Shaquille O'Neal with that.
Oh, there's a couple.
There are quite a few Shaq memes.
No, they're not even Shaq. That's not Shaq. Birdman. It's fucking Birdman.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about a different one. Okay.
Yeah, Birdman. I was like, it's not Shaq. It's a fucking rapper. I know that much.
I mean, Shaq could be a rapper. You don't know that.
Shaq is a rapper, actually.
I figured that. It wouldn't surprise me.
I don't remember if it was him or LeBron James. They had like a freestyle with Kobe Bryant, like not long before he passed away, and it released after he died. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
It's not great.
I mean, but it's pretty
for
cool.
For fucking NBA players, it's like, okay, this is kind of dope. Like,
you're right. Like, people who don't, have the, experience of musicians, but they're trying anyway, which is just expression.
Right.
That's fun.
Yeah. I've always liked that, and I've always been pleasantly surprised whenever I see like actors can sing really well or singers can act really well and all that kind of stuff. Where it's just like, oh, like these people are able to do more than what they're known for.
Dude, Broadway's so much fun.
Broadway looks fucking cool, but
Dude,
at the same time, I don't think I can do it
can't.
myself.
Okay, the only thing I can't do is I don't have enough like energy and focus to dance. Because like I love
fair.
dancing, but like choreographed dancing. Every time they would give me dance moves, I would completely ruin it. And like my senior year, I guess they figured it out because my role was a lead role, but I didn't do any dancing at all. They just
They're
let
like,
me
"We know
stand
you well
around
enough."
looking like my character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
I mean, cool that they wrote. I'm assuming they wrote around that specifically for you.
I don't
but
think they did. I just think that they really didn't.
They just so
Because
happened to-
okay, so like my first 2 years into musical theater in high school, we had one of the leads. Mom's was a choreographed dancer,
Okay.
so she would come up there for free whenever her daughter was in the musical, and her daughter would always get a lead role because she had a dance instructor mom,
Right.
and she had a good voice. She was pretty. And she just had everything going for her pretty much.
I will censor it. Will you tell me who this was?
I don't remember her name.
Oh.
I've seen her, though. She lives in this area still. Because I've seen her. She has a kid now. She's pretty cool. But she, back in the day,
no.
I can tell you who her boyfriend was if you knew any of the musical theater kids who graduated before us.
Get ready to censor me. Me?
Censorship! Yay!
Who was
They
it?
called him in high school. The
Oh.
blonde-haired dude. Yeah. Yeah. Duh. Yeah,
Close enough.
He was dope as fuck. Honestly,
Was it someone in our grade? The girl?
No, she was the same grade as.
Okay. Grade above us.
Yeah, they did it they were together like all senior year pretty much. Their senior year. That's when we did Thoroughly Modern Millie. I think she wanted to do that one, and she wanted to get the secondary lead, which was the male lead. Because I auditioned for that one, I didn't get it, even though my voice was perfect for a tenor role, and the baritone role got the tenor part. And I was so mad because I think they gave me backup for him.
Was it the boyfriend who got the role?
Yeah. He got the lead role.
Did they have to kiss at the end or something?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah. No, I did. See, the thing is, though, an actor's kiss, because in, what was it? We did, my sophomore year, we did Beauty and the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a low tier, but they were very surprised I could sing well because I'd never sang in front of anyone before. And they were like, it's a musical, you have to sing. And I was like, can I have like 20 minutes to practice one of their songs? And they were like, yeah, sure. So they put me in a room with a computer and let me listen to music for 20 minutes in that audition. And they were like, oh, wow, he actually sings pretty well. Yeah. So I got a decent role, but I wasn't, an A-list up there yet.
Yeah.
But it put my foot in the door. But anyway, so like Gaston steals a kiss from Belle, Beauty.
Beauty.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Oh, this is what it is in French.
I know,
A lesson for you guys. Belle in French is beauty, which is why it's called Beauty and the Beast. Belle and the Beast.
I just thought it was funny how you're just like, yeah, the girl, Beauty.
Yeah.
Just like if that was like actually her name in English. I know it is in
Yeah,
French.
yeah, but it's the same. To me, it's the same
yeah, I know.
thing.
It's weird just to hear it that way. Where you're like,
Think
oh,
about
fuck.
it, though. If we called Sleeping Beauty Sleeping Belle, people would be confused except for French.
That's true.
I don't know what the word is for sleeping in French because I failed it, but...
Hey, man. I remember when I was in, I think, middle school, I took Spanish for 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah?
And we read a book named Esperanza Rising. And it was a good book. Like, I don't have anything against it, but Esperanza means hope. Hope Rising. And I was like,
I've heard of that book. Oh,
it's
yeah, I have.
relatively successful.
Yeah, I've heard of it before.
But yeah, it was just funny because it's just like, oh, Hope Rising. Like, it's going to get better? I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I just think they couldn't take Rising Hope because that's Star Wars.
Well, that's not right at all, actually. I mean, yeah, I guess you got one of the words right, but it's A New Hope.
Oh, shit. Oh, no, I mixed two of them. What was it? Rise of the Sith?
No, it's Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, it's Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith. Return of the Jedi. Empire Strikes Back. How many are there? Hold on.
There's like
now you're fucking me up.
10, 12 now?
It's 9. 10 if you count. No, it's
All right, so first was Phantom Menace,
Yep.
which everyone hates for some reason. And Jar Jar was totally a Sith Lord, and you guys ruined that. Then there was
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the...
Yes.
No. The third one.
Yeah.
Was not called... Was it really?
Star Wars 3. Boom, bitch, Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, damn, I guess I was wrong.
I
mean, I didn't really like that one anyway. Anakin died.
Yeah.
Died.
Yeah. Way to spoil a movie that's damn near 20 years old now.
How dare I? I'm sorry if you've never seen Star Wars, but Anakin dies to me.
Yeah, so Revenge of the Sith for the third one. Then there's
and
A New Hope.
A New Hope.
Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
That's 4. What's 7? Listen, man, I have Disney Plus, and we should just be watching all of these right now.
You know,
The Force Awakens is 7.
Force Awakens. What's the 8th one? Isn't that
8 is The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi, and there was one more.
9 is The Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker. Okay, so it was The Rise of Skywalker and A New Hope I was thinking of. And I combined them for that book.
Amen.
Amen, indeed.
No, I said, hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, man. Anyway.
I can't wait to see what you do with that in post.
I would not do that.
I would, just to make sure.
Well, I know you would, you absolute fucking asshole.
Cheers to being an absolute fucking asshole.
And yeah, cheers to you guys. Thanks for taking a Tuesday off with us.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you're here.
Gotten through like half this episode, and we never actually asked the question, let alone talked about it.
Yeah, also, speaking of which, Gaston got to kiss the girl, and they weren't dating. And you know what the actor?
That's right.
You know what an actor's kiss is?
Mm-hmm.
So they'll grab your face, they'll put their thumbs in between the lips, and they'll kiss the thumbs.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for explaining that, by the way.
Yeah. An actor's kiss, basically any way to make it look like you kissed someone, but you didn't actually kiss them. It's a cheap way of getting out of having to do kisses. They don't really do it in movies anymore. But way back in the day when it was seen as like taboo to kiss another human just to do it, for Americans, that's what they did. Was that loophole was the actor's kiss. And you would either kiss your thumbs or just make it look like you kissed them by bringing the person away from the view of the audience.
I've seen where you like take your hand around the other person when you like tilt back, you just kiss your own hand.
Yeah, that one as well. But the one he used was the thumb one because he was forcing a kiss onto Beauty because she didn't want it. Mm-hmm. Belle, sorry. I do that a lot.
It's all good.
Because
I just like her being called Beauty, like pure English now. It's just something about that's kind of funny to me.
Yeah, no, it was really. I just thought it was really kind of cool that like I got to learn that kind of stuff while I was in high school, and it wasn't like they told us. It was just being able to watch the actors work. Mm-hmm. Taught me so much. My first 2 years of musical theater. By the third year, I had so much experience just by watching rather than actually being all the way a part of it, because I was a part of it, but most of it was me trying to figure out how to dance, sing, and twirl a cane at the same time because fucking musicals need canes. Why would you give silverware canes? I was a fucking butter knife with a cane, bro. My knife fell off in the middle of the show, okay? So it was not okay.
I've always wondered, like, I understand, like, there was like a certain, I guess, swagger to people with canes for a long time, where it's like you just kind of looked cool if you had one. That shit doesn't work anymore, man. Like, think of something different.
I mean, I don't know. My junior year prom, I showed up in a completely white suit with a pink undertone and a white pimp cane with a top hat, and everyone loved me. In fact, one of my friends let me borrow their fur coat to make me look like a full-on pimp. I have pictures of it. It's great.
That doesn't age well, man.
Oh, no, it aged perfectly. I'll send you the pictures. If you want to put them in, just blur everyone else's faces out.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Actually, I think I have one with just me and my sister, and you can blur her face. But
yeah. Okay. I'm gonna replace your entire sister with like fucking, I don't know, Hollow Knight or some shit. It's like some random video game character. It's like, whoa, dude, Clyde's in a fucking picture with the guy from Castlevania. It's like, hell yeah, dude.
Why has he got his leg and arm like just? No, you should do the Will Smith like presentation meme because that's pretty much how my sister posed for that picture, was her like presenting me like a pimp.
Yeah.
Like, this is my pimp daddy, but we siblings and shit.
I was gonna say,
it's not, it's
this
not
conversation is not aging well.
Cheers to not aging well. Yeah. You finished yours, and I made sure I can make mine last for the whole show. See, I didn't do anything but point out the obvious.
Fucking hurt. Is there a mark on my head from that?
I mean, I don't see one yet. If you see one, enter a comment. You might win a prize. The prize is going to be the gauze of his blood.
Win a $3 Amazon gift card if you see a mark on my forehead and tell me about it. Clearly, that's a joke. Fuck off.
Yeah, no. There's no actual prizes. We're broke as fuck.
Yeah. Someday.
Yeah, someday.
I would like to do
honestly, if we got sponsors from like drink companies, I would totally like give out free drinks and shit, like the powdered drink stuff.
Yeah. Because I was thinking of just like Teller Morose t-shirts or maybe Cheerless Tuesdays t-shirts. Be like, hey, if you like a picture on Facebook and then share it and then like my page or whatever, you can win a t-shirt because that shit's pretty cool.
I need to see if I can get any of my artist friends to draw me a design.
You need one.
I will commission my friends. Actually, I will. Not only will I ask them, I will pay them for it because artists deserve to be paid for what they do.
As you should.
Yeah, because like I try to ask for it for free, especially if it's my sister, because my sister's a great artist and she should totally draw me things.
No.
Like that tattoo she promised she would draw for me years ago.
Ooh. Tell me about this tattoo. What do you got?
It's gonna be my back piece. It's a huge, beautiful bastard of a piece. It's gonna hurt like fuck.
Okay.
But I'm excited because the way I want it done, it's gonna be really difficult because it's gonna be really expensive. But I want the Pokemon Zoroark. Okay, for people who don't know what it is, you should probably put a picture of it somewhere.
I'll do it right in between our faces if there's room. If not, it's going right over top of all of us.
Really?
No, don't yiff the Pokemon.
Don't yiff the Pokemon.
I hate that I know what that word means.
I was gonna make a parody song of something using GIF as a joke, as a pun for it. Anyway, but so it's gonna be Zoroark, half of it in shiny form, half of it in regular form, and behind it is a big, beautiful full moon.
Okay.
That highlights it. I forgot to silence my phone. I'm so
God
sorry.
Damn, that scared me, man. I was like,
let me put that on silent real quick.
yeah, man. That'd be
anyway,
good for my heart.
Anyway, so a big, beautiful full moon with half of it being red, being behind the shiny version, and the other half being blue behind the regular version, and like the eye is glowing with like a kind of misty fog.
Yeah.
The Pokemon itself is going to look like an actual fox because it looks very fox-like. Okay. I want it to look like a real animal rather than a Pokemon. So not cartoony, but super realistic. And the moon as well to be super beautiful and realistic.
Okay.
That's why I say it's going to be expensive because I got a rough estimate from someone and they were like, well, just the outline of that's probably going to cost you about a pretty penny of nearly $1,000.
Yep. And
then like the actual detail and everything else. Probably looking at a $2,000 tattoo,
yep.
But it's one of those pieces I really want done like when I can afford it.
Yeah,
because I have other tattoos I'm prioritizing, like ones I'm gonna do for this sleeve. But
you and me both, man.
Hey, it's worth it though.
Yeah,
honestly,
I think so.
Like if I could afford it, it's worth it. Honestly, I have a friend with a tattoo gun. He's gonna do one of my tattoos because it's super easy, and I trust him to do a simple tattoo.
Yep.
Because it's not like anything extravagant like that one. It's just going to be a wristwatch. Analog on 420.
I got to ask, and this is very unrelated. What the fuck? No, I'm just kidding.
No, but, okay, so the reason is because this arm right here on my arm is going to be a memorial sleeve.
Okay.
For those who've like passed away that not only were in my life but affected me like emotionally enough to like help me grow as a person. But it has to be. I made a rule that it had to be someone I've met in person.
Gotcha.
And not like just a celebrity I liked really much.
Right.
So I wanted it to be like a personal sleeve that I met these people and they taught me valuable lessons and like I learned a lot. So like the first one, would be for my aunt who passed away because she had a successful heart surgery, but her body produced too much potassium and killed her in her sleep.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It was kind of rough at the time, but I honestly think it was a nice, valuable life lesson for me to really understand that, and not everyone is in this world forever, and you should love who you have while you have them. But basically, she loved pigs and Miss Piggy especially from Muppets. Okay. So I'm getting armbands for the people who have passed away that impacted my life, and those armbands will have something that they liked on there.
Okay.
Hers is going to be the first, and it'll have Miss Piggy. If I get permission from one of my friends, his uncle really impacted my life. His would have some like old school rock bands he would like on there because he was an old school rock dude that just was awesome, man. He was a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I hope I never have to finish the sleeve itself because that's just going to be depressing. But at the very end of it's going to be the wristwatch analog 420 because at the end of all this grieving, you need to have a little time to set aside to relax. Life is too short not to have a little fun.
That's way more like insightful and wonderful and heartwarming than I'd ever expected you to say about an analog 420 tattoo on your wrist.
It really is. Honestly, though, like when I first did it, it was because people kept asking me the time, and I would just look at my arm like there was a watch there. Mm-hmm. And I started drawing one on there, and people thought I had a tattoo. So I thought it would be funny, so I analogued it 420. And it started out as a joke, but then I was like, why did I decide 420?
Yeah.
So then I really thought about like why subconsciously I would choose such a...
It's the weed number, right?
Yeah, it's the weed number. It's actually, fun fact, it actually stems from the Grateful Dead. I was educated on this by my boyfriend because I thought it was just a meme from Obama's reign where he made April 20th National Marijuana Day.
That's sick, but also like
I
knew it stemmed way back before that. But
yeah, it's from the Grateful Dead era because apparently they would smoke at exactly 420.
See, I've heard a handful of different things because I remember, man, I don't remember who actually told me this, but it was like kids in that time around the Grateful Dead, like 60s, 70s kind of stuff, and a little bit later on, they would say that kids would get out of high school and meet at certain places at that time to go smoke, and so they were all just like 420, 420, and you know, like that's how they knew, like, oh, you're coming to this place to smoke weed.
Yeah, so they know who's bringing, who's just there to bum.
Right.
I was honestly when I used to do that kind of stuff. I was the guy that drove everyone. Mm-hmm. You know, and there's 3 rules when you ride in my car. It's gas, grass, or ass. You gotta pay one of the tolls.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nobody ever wanted to give me ass. Ever. You know how many people made them ride in my car, and not a single one wanted to tap it. For shame. I had some great pork butts at my house too, waiting to be cooked.
Just trying to make some bacon, and instead they just gave me cash. Why did that sound like a weird like funk song?
Grass. You know, it's really weird if you ever like actually find bluegrass, because then you know they spray painted it, and you're like, why would they ruin grass?
I was wondering about the music show. It was like something wrong with like Nickel Creek or something. Are they still good?
Actually, one of my not my first concert. My first concert was at the 7 venue. May it rest in peace.
Yeah,
behind
7
that,
venue,
underneath that highway.
A very very low budget venue in Metro Atlanta.
It was a dope little place, though.
I mean,
first place I went and heard grunge music and played with skateboards. It was like a mini skate park with music, and it was like dope because people were there doing tricks and shit. Yep. And then I'm over there like, how do I go down a half pipe?
What is this thing, and why? How are the wheels? How do you turn? What do we?
See, the thing was, I knew what a skateboard was. I could ride one pretty well. I just never was able to figure out how to go down a half pipe. And when someone told me that you just have to lean into it, I was always just too scared to do it because I thought I'd fall.
Yeah.
And it was like that trust you had to have with the board. And I just don't trust gravity like that.
It's not fun, especially at the start. And like, you know, because I skated for a while. And like, no matter how much I got into it, I was kind of in the same boat where it's like, I really don't want to fucking do this because it's just like, I don't know, man. It's like a roller coaster where you can really actually fucking hurt yourself.
Yeah, no, I mean, I learned that the hard way. I was at a skate park with my buddies, and we were doing illegal things. It was late at night. I don't think the park was technically open, but they didn't lock it up, so we were there anyway. It's super late. And we were all just skateboarding and stuff. I think it was like a skate at your own risk kind of thing.
Okay.
So we were sitting there having fun. We were taking turns on the board trying to figure out a mini half pipe that led down a ramp because I could ride down ramps and feel comfortable, but I couldn't get down a half pipe. Yeah, so there were the mini ones were a little harder than the big ones probably would have been to learn on, but the mini ones made me feel more safe because my fall wouldn't have been as bad. And I didn't fall off the board, but I did stumble off it a few times while trying. My friend, however, fell and cracked like 3 ribs. And like he was like, oh, and I was like, you good? And he's like, yep. he got up and like I thought he was okay. I had no idea that it hurt that bad or anything.
Yeah.
Because he got up and he walked away fine. And it wasn't until like 4 weeks later when he was like, yeah, man, my ribs still hurt or cracked. And I'm like, whoa, how do you fix that? He's like, I just gotta deal with it. I was like,
Yep.
No.
Yeah, good
needless
times
to say,
with fucking...
we stopped skating that night.
Oh, just for good. Never went back to it.
I mean, I wanted to, but I moved away from the area where that skate park was.
Oh, yeah.
So I know where it is still. I can still go there.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking far.
Yeah.
It's
See,
like-
that's the thing. It's like, I feel like it's not easy to find places to just hang out and ride a skateboard. Or
Well,
even
there's a skate park in the town next to mine. Like it was the one I used to live in has a skate park in it. It's just like really small, and there's a ton of kids there all the time. And because it's really small and there's already a bunch of kids learning how to skateboard, I'm not gonna be the adult over there learning how to skateboard with my gray ass hair, big ass beard, and like, hey kids, how do you do a kickflip? Do you know how to do an ollie?
Yo, hey there, fellow kids.
Hey there, fellow children.
Why do you sound a little bit like Hulk Hogan?
Like, hey there, kids.
Like a younger version of
You're doing the Lord's work there, brother. Do me a kickflip, would you?
Doing the Lord's work there. Hey, brother.
Man, there's this wonderful series where professional skateboarders like Steve Vera and Tony Hawk and all these like super well-known skateboarders, they would just drive down the street in like a sedan, and whenever they saw someone on a skateboard or something, they'd be like, do a kickflip. And like, I swear to God, like a good 50% of the time, they're always like, fuck you. Like, they're just mad that they say it.
I mean, that became a meme.
Yeah,
it was.
Well,
like
I think that's why they
meme.
started doing it for a while, because they were just like, oh, like clearly this is catching on for people. Like,
do a kickflip. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's like, dude,
what? You can't do one?
It's like, that's Eric Costin, man. You can't just say that. Like, he's gonna fucking destroy you.
Dude, someone was like, oh yeah, man, Tony Hawk's awesome, and they were talking to Tony Hawk, and he was like, yeah, is he really? Like, yeah, man. Like, I'm him. Nah, you don't look like him.
His Twitter's fucking incredible.
Dude, it's so funny. I remember, did you know that Eminem was once fat?
Was it during his rehab era?
I think so. He got fat, and the reason he lost all of his weight was because he was at a Burger King in the parking lot just eating, and then a bunch of kids came up, like, stared at him, and then, like, started walking away, and he, like, was like, hey, what are y'all doing? And they were like, oh, we thought you was Eminem, but you too fat to be Eminem. And they walked away from him.
Damn. I did look it up. The first thing that comes from Sydney Morning Herald, an Australian news site, says how Eminem lost nearly 40 kilograms after rehab. So we were both right. Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
I just like that the glass clink still works.
Just don't crack it.
I've got another one.
You have no idea how, like... Honestly, I hate those rigs only because of the glass. I wish they had some other way to, like, upkeep them like that.
I get what you're saying, but I wouldn't trust plastic.
No, I don't mean that. Like, they could totally put... Like, they could literally make that a metal piece and, like, put in a little piece of glass that measures how much... Like, shows you how much fluid you have.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, like, they could have easily avoided what the biggest problem is, but I know why they do it.
Right.
Is money. Because just because it's more convenient to be able to see your liquid doesn't mean that they're not making an extra penny every time you drop that bitch and break it.
I don't know if I'd go that far with it. I think it's more just like maybe the glass is cheaper to do that than it is to like try to make some sort of like sliver of glass in an otherwise metal or plastic thing. But it's also because the piece in the middle heats up. I wouldn't trust like plastic or anything like that because I'm afraid it would melt and then I'd be sucking up even worse chemicals than I already do.
But metal wouldn't melt and it wouldn't create any false, bad fumes for you to inhale. At least I wouldn't think so. I don't know anything about metal work like that. But like I don't think a coil gets hot enough to do that.
We'll talk to Yo-Yo. He's a somewhat chemistry person. He's more of a science person than I am, so
about to say I'm a music, history, and just all around. Like I love science, but like the math part of it just turns me off.
I'm just a fucking idiot.
I'm a fucking nerd for shit and of like factual knowledge. That's it.
Apparently, I don't want to get into that. I doesn't get into audio engineering shit, but we already talked about frequency response graphs and shit like that. I don't want to bore you motherfuckers.
Speaking of that, have you ever heard of Captain Disillusion?
Yeah,
he
what
released
happened?
a whole video recently about color and how it works in video.
Like the scientific reasoning behind it?
Yeah, the scientific reason of like color itself and what it is, and how you can, how when you edit it, why it looks good to do a lot, why it doesn't, how it looks good to do little and not a lot unless it's an artistic piece. Mm-hmm. So like it was very, very educational. If you ever heard of Captain Disillusion, he debunks a lot of like, I guess like ghost videos, alien videos, and other hoax videos. He debunks them by pointing out if they have CGI and stuff, because some CGI artists are really good at hiding their tracks, and others are just really good at blurring their camera so much that nobody notices. Mm-hmm. And that's really where most of it is. It's just people blurring, or people doing clip edits where they do one part of the video and then they freeze frame and then fix it to where it does the thing they need it to, and then unfreeze it. And it's just, if you watch his channel, if you really into like videography and you like learning about how video edits work and things like that, he's a very cool channel to watch. He also does audio engineering and does, like I said, color. He covers a lot of scientific stuff about video arts itself.
I didn't know about the audio part, but that's
cool.
Yeah,
he covers, because there's also, false audio put into videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And he can analyze, like, if someone, like, said something in the background, what they're saying and stuff, so he knows what the context of the video is.
Yeah. That stuff's fun, man.
Yeah, it's super... Well, okay, it's fun if you're a nerd for it. If you're not a nerd for it, it's boring as jargon that you don't want to know. And that's something that Michael Reeves really points out a lot in his videos. Is I have all this technical garbage I can show you, but you can pause it if you want to read it because nobody wants to hear about this.
Right. I'm currently reading through The Martian. I think I have been for probably close to like a year now, but it's been about 4 months. I just don't read a lot. But he's talking about how he's trying to move the Mars rover that he has to get from point A to point B. And he's like, the battery in the rover only has so many, miles or kilowatts per hour before it runs out of battery. How far can I get based on 1 kilowatt? And he's going through all this math, and he's like, saying kilowatt mileage per hour is getting really old, so we're going to call it Pirate Ninja. So the rover goes 18 Pirate Ninjas, and we need it to go 34 each. And it's been going on for like 4 chapters of this book, and I'm like, why does he keep saying Pirate Ninjas? I could just read the whole thing out, it'd be fine. It's like, I hate saying this many words, so we're going to narrow it down to 2, and it's Pirate Ninja.
I love that, honestly, though.
It's a really great book.
Especially if you give context to why you're calling it that, because a lot of times I'll watch people's YouTube channels, and they'll call something a weird name, and I'm like, what the fuck is their problem?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's got to be a fan base thing. So I don't normally like gawk too much at it and like, ugh, what the fuck is there? I'm normally like, okay, that's probably just what they do.
Yeah.
Probably their thing.
There's also the wonderful people at What Culture, a YouTube channel that, they're kind of like the Watch Mojo-ish kind of stuff, but they base around video games or, whatever. They have a bunch of different channels. But the What Culture gaming people, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but oh my God, their accents are like, I don't know, there's like the Queen's English, and then there's whatever the fuck is on the other side, and they're beyond that. Like, sometimes they say words, and I'm like, I know what you're saying, but like, how did you fuck up the word that bad?
Oh, are you talking about like Welsh, or are you talking about like Cockney?
I don't think it's Welsh. I think they're like English, but there's just
Northern,
something about it.
Southern. There's a lot of different,
I have no idea.
Having experienced Doctor Who, there's a lot of different Englishes.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get that for sure. Just like there's a lot of different like American accents,
There's like 3 when it comes to American. Like, the 3 popular ones. There's a lot of in between. Yeah. Like yours and mine would be considered just a standard accent.
Yeah.
In America, like it's just plain. There's not too much Southern. There's not too much Northern. It's just in the middle.
We're a little, yeah.
I would say I'm a little more Southern than anything because I do have a lot of Southern like jargon and lingo.
It's the draw of your voice. I think that's what it is.
It really, honestly, because I was raised with fucking rednecks and shit my whole life. So
Right.
like, it's one of those things I could never really grow past. But because I grew up around a bunch of friends who had different accents, I learned so many. And because I like to, I'm a little voice actor at heart. So like copying other characters and their voices and stuff really helps define my voice as well.
I want to tell this story that I think is always pretty fun. When I was I want to say I was a freshman in high school, or like over the summer between freshman and sophomore year, somewhere in there. My immediate family, my brother and my mom and dad, we went to Germany. And, it was kind of nice. We, ran around like Heidelberg and a couple places. We rented out a house for the week. That was really nice. And, it was cool to just see like all the castles and, touristy shit. And I remember there's obviously a lot of stories I could tell about being in Germany because it was a fucking trip,
Well, yeah, you went to Germany. That's a whole trip away.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fucking experience for sure. But I remember, the people at the German airport, German airport security. I don't know if they call themselves TSA or anything like that. They were like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I was like, "I'm good." And I handed them my passport, and they looked and they're like, "Oh, you're American." I was like, "Yeah." And they opened it up and they're like, "Oh, you're from the South." And I was like, "Yes, I am." He's like, "Oh, how you doing there, cowboy?" I was like, "You fucking asshole."
You racist? No.
I wasn't gonna go that far with it, but I was just like, "You guys are kind of dicks." Like,
I mean, that's funny.
just because I'm from fucking the South does not mean I'm a goddamn cowboy.
Honestly,
you pieces of shit.
I'd take it up. Me as a person though, like when someone like throws something at me, I'd go with it.
Yeah.
So like for me myself, I probably would have been like, "Howdy there, partner. It's nice to meet you. You ever had a bean in a can before? You just hooting over the fire?"
I like in my head I was thinking about doing something like that, but it was also like very early in the morning, and I was like, I'm not prepared for this.
I'm not prepared.
13-year-old me is not ready for this shit.
Oh, 13?
13 or 14.
No, I wouldn't have done shit, man.
Yeah.
I was a shy little shit at 13.
I was an angry little shit. No, but it's funny too because before and after that trip, I remember at one point in high school, everyone just was like, "You're the German." I was like, "Yeah, I guess so, yeah." It's like by technicality. And then long after that trip happened, I think when I was like 19 or 20, I was working at a restaurant. And this story is very strange. This guy, I was like bussing tables or whatever, and this guy kind of got my attention. He's like, "Do you have a Sharpie I could borrow?" And I was like, I'm not on hand, but I can go find one for you and bring it right back. He's like, "Yeah, take your time." Brought the dishes back. This is going to be a long one. I'm sorry. You're just going to have to roll with this.
It's I'm hooked.
Yeah. So I run around trying to find a Sharpie. I end up finding one in our manager's office, and I bring it back to him. I was like, "Hey, here's that Sharpie I asked for." He's like, "Oh, thanks." And he pulls out this massive display case with a football inside of it, and he takes the lid off and he fucking signs the football, and he hands me the Sharpie back. He's like, "Thanks, man." And I was like, "Yeah, what's with the ball there?" And he was talking about apparently he was an NFL player or in, college football. I'm not entirely sure, but relatively well-known person. And he said that he was doing something similar to like Make-A-Wish, where this young child's parents passed away. And so, he gets to meet this football player as sort of like a, I don't know, condolence, trying to make him cheer up and, that kind of thing.
Right.
And, rather than just being like, "Oh, like, what team do you play for?" I didn't ask any of that shit. I was just like, "You know what? Like, I really appreciate you doing that, man. Like, because I know that means probably the world to this kid right now. And, you're taking a lot of time out of your day and doing something that's really helpful for someone that's not you. And I appreciate that." And, we just kind of had a little, like, bond moment for a second there. He said some very kind words about how, people should always be, or other people should always be more important than yourself and all this stuff. And then he kind of looked at me. He's like, "Where are you from, man?" I was like, "Oh, I live like not far up the street from here, maybe 20 minutes. He's like, "You sound German." I was like, "Dude, let me tell you this story about this time I went to Germany." I really did tell him that story, and we got into it for a little while, and laughed and shit, and
Had a good time?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. I never
wonderful.
saw the child that he met because I was running around all over the place, trying to do a job that was, we'll say fast-paced, to say the least, because no one else did their goddamn jobs there.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, I remember I walked back in the kitchen and like there was like 8 of my coworkers standing around. They're like, "What's his name? Who does he play for? What does he do?" And I was just like, "I didn't fucking ask." Like the dude asked me for a Sharpie, and we just started talking about family and shit. Like,
We were just having a good conversation, man.
Yeah.
He's famous? Oh, I didn't even know.
so moral of the whole story there, I think, is oh, I had it and I lost it. God damn. I was really trying to get serious here.
I mean, I wouldn't say to
Oh.
treat others as more important than yourself.
That was, the kind words from, if you're watching on the off chance, guy in the NFL, I presume. Thank you for that, because that really warmed my heart. And also, take it from me as someone who's gone through this experience a handful of times. Stop treating celebrities like they're more than just people. Like, you just have a conversation, they'll probably remember you a lot more than if you,
Run up and like, I want your photo. Give me your photo. Remember
Yeah.
me that one time? You got my photo.
Yeah. Sorry, fucking calm down with the microphone. You mother.
Anyway, but like, so, see, my thing is though, like, I really like his like mentality and stuff. That doesn't like bother me.
Yeah.
But me personally, having gone through a lot of what I've gone through mentally and the journey I've taken, I've realized that your happiness matters just as much as everyone else's. Make sure that you've taken care of yourself before you help others. And like, he's already taken care of himself, which is probably why he put others before himself.
Yeah.
Because he's already good. He's well off. He's probably making a lot of money.
Right.
Or he has he had a contract and now he has a lot of money. Or he's just doing good for himself. That's cool. But he's mentally okay and he's good to do whatever he wants to help others. Whereas if you're not in a good mindset or haven't, dealt with some past things, you should probably work on yourself to make your happiness more important than others. But don't forget to be kind while you're doing it, because
Absolutely.
it still matters to the people you care about if you're still kind or not.
Yeah.
It's always that little finicky road where I can't be mean, but I have to worry about myself.
Right.
I can't just say yes to everything my friends want me to do. I have to be honest and tell them if something's going on.
Yeah.
Because I used to just try and blow people off because I just didn't want to do something. Not that I couldn't do something.
Mm-hmm.
So I would always make up excuses. A lot of it was I couldn't drive and I didn't have a car.
Right.
So like that would be my excuse. Oh, I can't get a ride, And the people who really helped me were the people that didn't care and were like, that's a piss ass excuse. I'm picking you up right now. Or they'd just show up at my house one day and just walk through my front door. That blessed man. I love that guy so much. I wish I could say his name right now, but he knows who he is. He was the only person my mom allowed in our house pretty much.
Oh.
And he wouldn't even ask. He would just walk in. My dogs didn't even know he was in my house. My dogs were oblivious because this man just walked in and gave zero fucks. Like, he walked in unafraid, and my dogs were just like,
Oh, yeah, he lives here.
nah. It wasn't until he started talking they barked at him. Like, that was it. And it wasn't even like he was nervous or nothing. They just were like, who are you? I've never heard that voice before. And they sniffed him and they were like, he's good.
He's good.
He's a beautiful
He's
man.
good. Yeah, let's get out of here. He's good. He's good. Let's get out of here.
He's good.